right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Top Line Sports. It's your boy Chris. Shout out to each and every one of you, and shout out to the missus behind the scene. Got to make sure I include her, man, and give her props. This lady do a lot for what you guys see. She do a lot behind the scenes, so shout out to the missus. And let's talk about her team, the Toronto Raptors, her favorite basketball team, man. Donovan Mitchell. This is an interesting one. Now, this has been talked about. Now, again, let me say this. When it comes to the Toronto Raptors, you're starting to hear their name in conversation. Rightfully so. Because, as I've said about Kevin Durant, they have one of the best situations in the NBA in their ability to put a deal on the table and not nuke their franchise, right? Like I hear a lot of talk about different trade scenarios and all of that, but I'm like, that deal only worked for one side. You may get this player, i.e. Kevin Durant, Donovan Mitchell, or whoever else. You may get that player, but what is that player walking into? I often use the phrase. I often use the example of Carmelo Anthony coming from the Denver Nuggets to the New York Knicks. They gave up everything for him, so he walked out of a show into a show. And so it really don't benefit you besides, oh, we got so-and-so, and he's here by himself, and he ain't playing nobody. So the reason why you're going to, and I think, but that's credit to the Raptors and the organization's ability to actually be able to work with different, to be able to set their organization up in a way where they're asset heavy. Sometimes I could be wrong. Maybe the other team throw the Raptors names in there. Hey, y'all want to get laid? Let's say they're interested too. Just kind of throw a nudge because I think they got the most versatile situation when it comes to these trades because they can afford to give up good guys and still be a better team after the trade. So I think that's what a lot of. But let me just say this for the umpteenth time, man. There's no trade that's gonna involve Scottie Barnes. Scottie Barnes ain't unless this is one. Scottie Barnes will go for this one. If Michael Jordan come out of retirement in his prime, they'll give up. Or maybe I don't know, man. Maybe they would do it for KD in his prime, or I don't know. But I'd say all that to say it's gonna be very, 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 very unlikely that anything deal get done with Scottie Barnes. But Donovan Mitchell. Now, one thing I do like, shout out to Sports News, man. Sports News Canada, actually. I like how they broke this contract down. So, first of all, look at Donovan Mitchell contract. 2022-23 season, he's scheduled to make $30.3 million. 2023-2024, $32.6 million. The following year, $34.8 million. He got a player option in 2025-26, $37 million. And in 2026-27, he's scheduled to be an unrestricted free agent. Now, let me say this. If the Raptors was to make a legitimate push, now, hey, listen, I know the interest word is out there, right? They're interested in everybody's interested in a good player. Like, who wouldn't be? It's very good players. They're gonna enter the market, and the team be like, no, not really interested, dog. And when I say good, I mean all around. Not some good player on the court, off the court. Sorry, football season. Off the court distraction and stuff like that. I'm meaning. If they're a good player, of course the Raptors, of course any other team going to be interested. Now, the key for all of this, in my opinion, is how much do the Raptors value Donovan Mitchell? Do they believe he's a game changer? Because I've said it before and I said it again. Masai Ujiri will make a deal, but he won't make a bad one. Not if he believes. Because even if you look back, and I know people are like, well, he only got Kawhi Leonard for 1 year, and then Kawhi Leonard left. That was a bad deal. No. En route, he dropped off a championship. So I don't want to hear that one. All right. I think, of course, they're it's business, man. Like, if you understand business, I'm going to always inquire. Hey, heard y'all interested, man. What you looking for? Oh man, that makes sense for us on our end and for you. Okay, cool. Let's make a deal. Oh, you want everything under the sun, the kitchen sink, an arm, a leg, and 2 ears? You can keep that person because we ain't finna blow up our franchise with all the work that we'll put in. that we've put in. Now, me, I always say this, and this is just Chris speaking. This is just how I feel. Me, I'm not the biggest guy on draft picks. Meaning, like, I'll give away some draft picks for a player that's going to change things for my organization immediately. If I'm giving up a draft pick, because think about it, Donovan Mitchell, man, I've watched this guy perform when it mattered most. Now, he don't get much help. And he ain't got out of that. But you got to look at the organization. I want to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to look at the organization. But with Donovan Mitchell, I think he could, okay, let's look at Donovan Mitchell on the Raptors. First of all, I think Donovan Mitchell is a type of guy that he's not going to cause trouble. He's going to fit in. I look at him as one of those guys. So I think going to the Raptors, he will step his defense up. Defense will be important to him because it's important to everyone else around you. Let me say this real quick. People often say, well, this player won't play defense, or this player don't play defense. You ever see him on a good defensive team? It's very rare you see a player on a good defense team that just decide, I ain't gonna play defense though. No, because it's infectious. Everybody want that stop. Everybody want that block. Everybody want that rebound. Everybody want to take that charge. When that's the culture, you come into that culture. You know what I'm saying? It's no different than you take a person that grew up in an unprivileged environment and you wonder why they are the way they are. Well, this is the culture. This is what I'm in depth. This is what I'm innate to. Now, you take that same person, you put them into a different situation, a more advantageous situation, you're gonna see them blossom, not because this situation that it's not because of the people or whatever. It's more about, oh, this is the culture. This is what I got to do. You take a person from a little town that, you know, hey man, the goal is to be able to pay your bills. You to a town where, hey man, the goal is to own your own house, own your own car, build a business, and then they fits there. I'm sorry I went out on this tangent a little bit, but that's what I'm saying. So you take a Donovan Mitchell, yeah, I'm not saying he's gonna come in there and just be an all-world defender. Like he's not gonna be, the next all best defensive player in the league. But I think you put him in a culture around where defense is important. Playing 48 minutes of basketball is important. I think it raised his level. I think it raised him on different levels. All in all, I say the same thing about Donovan Mitchell that I'll say about Kevin Durant. If there's a deal to be made that makes sense, the deal would be made by the Toronto Raptors. Again, the Toronto Raptors is one of the very few teams that can give up something, or give up some substantial and still not lose that much in return, and still not decimate their franchise. Not a lot of teams out there. They're not a top-heavy team. That's a privilege. So, with that being said, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Should the Raptors make a move? Should they not? Do you like Donovan Mitchell? Do you not? We don't talk about him a lot on this channel. So I'm interested to see what you guys think, man. With that being said, guys, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, man, you guys be great.